by GTE. Make the smart business call to GTE for solutions to your business communications problems. By Miller Genuine Draft Cold Filtered Draft Beer. It's as real as it gets. And by Taco Bell. Say hello to great taste. Taco
Bell. Down there.
Probably see him later at Margaritaville, won't we? Here we go. Not much of a crowd right now.
They come in late here.
Late arriving crowd. There's Person. Watch the matchup. It's a good move inside to the rack, and it's missed. And Goodmanson, who had a career-high 15 boards against Atlanta, takes it off. They're a run-and-gun team. They score a lot of points. Robertson near the corner. Dawkins. Johnny Dawkins.
They're dynamite at home.
Well, they've got brilliant guards, and at home they are good. They're 11-3. Overall, they're 14-17, and we have an offensive foul call against the Indiana Pacers. That's on John Long. He was terrific the other night in Dallas. He was 11 of 15 from the floor. And at one point, when the game was still on the line, he was 11 for 13. So it'll be Dawkins. Dawkins at 6'2", brings it up and over. Robertson is 6'4", Brakowski 6'10", Goodmanson is 7'2", and Barry, who's a fine offensive player right there, takes it to the rack, and Barry is 6'8". They lead 4-0. Barry got lit up by none other than Dominique the other night by 48 points. There's Chuck. They want to go to him. Back to Herb. Herb missing. Herb had a bad shooting night, 5 for 14 in Dallas, and inside goes Indiana.
That was a great pass by Chuck Person for the layup.
Barry back to Goodmanson, and he takes the shot and hits it. He's a kind of a strange looking fellow, but a fellow that has developed with a little bit of patience and doing a decent job. He and Brakowski and a draft pick came over in the deal from the Lakers 10 months ago that brought Los Angeles Michael Thompson and ensured their championship run. And John Long has got 4 points.
He's starting out where he left off in Dallas. Great shooting night.
11 for 15 there, 2 for 2 tonight. Walter Berry. Berry is from St. John's, went to junior college down here, and saved
nice
there, but nice defense right there by Long and off the body of one of the San Antonio Spurs. And in talking to Jack Ramsey, he said today that he thought John Long was playing the best basketball of his career. Doing a lot of things well on and off the ball. Down to John, on Dawkins, good post-up move, hits the iron. Goodmanson with a second rebound. Double pump outlet, look at them run. Dawkins, show and tell. Alvin Robertson. Boy, they're shooting the ball well. As a team, they shoot it at 49%, which is the better mark for them that they've had in the last several years. However, their opponents are shooting over 50%, which is the worst defensive effort in the league. Steve Stepanovich.
Glad to see that.
You know, Slick, he led the team in scoring 3 times last week before he got the fluke. Backdoor on the back screen, missed the jam dunk. That was Robertson, and a foul call on the play. Good screen, and on the back door that time, we got a foul call on Indiana. Jack Ramsey's on the floor, and he wants a timeout. That foul was on Steve's winner, and call your carrier dealer in Indianapolis as soon as you can. Robertson, Walter Berry, post up, turn, half hook, good.
Ooh.
Walter Berry.
That's an unusual looking shot.
12-8. Chuck goes right back at him at the other end. Berry, incidentally, was 11 for 15 against Atlanta. Dawkins, look at the quickness. Robertson, Goodmanson. Over the back of Herb Williams. Goodmanson, no foul, however, and Herb gets the ball to Vern Fleming, who had his 3rd triple-double of the season the other night. 18 points, 12 rebounds, and 12 assists. Knocked away on the Williams attempt. Robertson with the takeaway. Oh, is he quick? Whoa, is he quick?
There's a set of hands for you. That's why he's got over 3 steals a ball game.
Well, you can't afford to play lethargically. You can't afford to think that you're playing in quicksand when you play against this team. You got to be quick.
You got to be careful with the ball around a guy like that.
They make you play that way. John Long off the glass. Good move. Boy, does Long do a good job of getting his shots. 14-10. I hope Reggie's studying him because he can learn some good moves from John. Reggie's had a problem lately getting his shot away. Dawkins with good inside penetration. Robertson with a pickup and put it in. Look at how active their guards are inside. He's got 8 points, and they lead 16-10. They've got a fine game when they set it up. John Long misses everything. That was a Federal Express that time to Berry. Berry to Robertson. Look at him slice to the hole. And Vern Fleming will get it and go out ahead to Long. Up to Vern. Vern pulls up on Goodmanson. Well, that's a tough shot to pull off over a man 7-2. 16-10. Here's Robertson down the boulevard on Stepanovic. Puts it up, tipped in by Goodmanson. Offensive basket interference. It'll come back to Indiana.
Bob Weiss, the San Antonio coach, has just opened this game up for his two guards. And that's a good thing. If you've got two guards that are that good and that quick, turn them loose.
Boy, and he does. And you've got to be aware of getting back to cover the other end with them. Particularly when they release a man, the opposite side guard has got to go and get him. Herb Williams. And Herb is cheesed down on the baseline, and so he will have to go to the line.
Herbie laid it on the floor here and he went baseline. Brukowski's going to grab hold of him. Bing, bang, bang.
Frank Brukowski, big kid, got a little new life here, an opportunity to play and do his thing. 6'10", 240 from Penn State, a third-round draft choice of the Knicks in '81. Herb Williams. And Herb makes the first one good. Herbie coming into the game was a so-so free throw shooter. Missed one of two big ones down the stretch the other night. Overall, Herb Williams 72%. And he makes them both. Need to get some points out of Herb tonight. Got off to a great start the other night, then cooled after 6 early points in the first quarter. Goodmanson, they flash Brukowski on Herb. Takes him to the hole. Herb, good defense. Stepanovic with a rebound. Give it to Herb, or to Vern. And Johnny Dawkins, the lightning quick guard from Duke, will drop back, and Herb Williams hits the open shot. Well, you sink off of him and give him that, and he can hit that shot.
We're going to get plenty of good shots. It's a matter of putting them down.
San Antonio a year ago, an abysmal 28-win season. This year they're still in the playoff picture. Here's Goodmanson, and uses that big strong body, and boy, they're getting bigger and bigger, aren't they?
Good play by Stipo to knock it out of there.
Vern, nice drive to the hoop. Follow jam by Person. A follow jam by Person. That's the way to fill out the lanes. 16-16, a 6-point run by Indiana, and San Antonio calls for time. And on the Seagram's Cooler scoreboard, Seagram's Cooler, sports fans, you've helped make Diet Coke the #1 diet soft drink in America. Try Diet Coke right now, just for the taste of it. Field goals, you don't get much more even than that. Both teams at 7 for 14, 50%.
Oh, Stipo almost had that.
Goodmanson with an open lane, back inside, what a pass to Goodmanson. Or make that Brukowski. Boy, they're active, aren't they?
Very active. Their whole theory of playing the game, Eddie, is to get down there firstest with the mostest and move the ball.
And they're doing so thus far as Indiana picks up the foul. And it was Herb Williams' foul. He's got one. The Pacers now have 2. There was an offensive foul thrown in. And now it's 19-16. Brukowski is a fellow that, quite frankly, surprised me. I never thought he would raise his game to this level. I thought he was just like mediocre to fair. But he's even been a little better than that. Now you've got an illegal defense called against San Antonio. Pacers are home on the 22nd, New Jersey. Game time for the Nets, 8 o'clock. Good seats available. Visit Market Square Arena box office or call Ticketmaster at 297-5151. Person back to Williams. Shoots a tough shot over the big man. Chuck was way over the iron and a jump ball. Person and Brukowski tie it up, but Person was way up over the rack that time. I mean, way up there where the air is rare. And it's 19-16. Person will go against a man that is 3 inches taller. And the Pacers win the tap, and jammed by Herb. There was a foul and no call. Earl Strom was there, but Yogi a little bit out of position on the play.
Slammeroo by Herbie.
Inside bounce feed, sweet play. Boy, they're running that back door. Robertson's fouled. And the Pacers are exposing themselves in that backdoor cut from the weak side.
They're getting some excellent cuts off of a back pick from the weak side, which is the side opposite where the ball comes, and they're getting inside on us.
And already we see that the Spurs have been to the line. Let's see. San Antonio now is 4 for 4 at the line. The Pacers are 2 for 2. Pacers have given up almost 200 more free throw attempts than the opposition coming into this game, 195 to be exact.
This Robertson is an absolute all-star guard.
And he's right now is going to have to get voted on by the coaches because the balloting doesn't have him there.
There's Vern having his best year, too.
He's having a brilliant year. 2 points for Vern. How about the pass right there?
You got to get back on defense.
Well, that was almost a half-court pass to Brakowski, one of their big guys, filling the lanes in the left.
When we score, they step out of bounds and get that ball up the floor.
And Jack's going to call on Wayman, who was just terrific in Dallas the other night. Nice move by Vern. Comes up short. They've got it. Here they come. Look at a 3-on-1 goal rush. Brakowski again. Boy, I tell you, all that is simply running the lanes on the break, and they have filled those lanes up so far tonight. 25-20 San Antonio. And they look good. Now to Herb. Nice little turnaround, posting up inside.
Here they come.
Here they come again. Boy, the Pacers, you can't be lazy on this team. You got to wake up. You got to get back to the other end. Brakowski on the baseline. Back outside, down to Brakowski, trying to post on Herb. Herb's not giving him any ground at all. On the cut to the middle, there he is again.
Vern turned his head on defense.
Yeah, but how about the passing game of the big guy? I mean, Brakowski made a nice pass to the cutter coming down the lane.
Well, it's great when you practice that every day and play that way. They move the basketball. They hit the open man.
27-22, Chuck for three.
No.
Stepanovich, look at Stepanovich hustle. Good save by Steve Stepanovich. Herb. There's that move with the dribble again. Inside to Chuck. Ball knocked away on the way up by Robertson. Dawkins in the middle. No trail on the right. Tries to take it in the crowd. Cleaned and pressed by Vern Fleming. And a travel violation on Earl Strom's call.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, I'd like to see that again.
Gudmundsson had no possession. Vern's going to steal the ball here. Here's the steal. Gudmundsson didn't even get into the play. It was a foul on Gudmundsson. They call traveling on Vern.
The big kid put some ice on him. He's from Iceland. And here comes Cadillac Anderson, one of their rookie draft picks, second rounder from Houston. And out goes Brakowski. So Cadillac's got one of those Cadillac trots to go along with a nickname.
And he will go to the boards.
He can shuffle. On the Gudmundsson. 27-22. San Antone. Deep goes Robertson. No. Rebound Stepanovich. Gudmundsson over his back. And it'll be team foul 2 on them. Personal foul 1 on Big Peter Gudmundsson.
Eddie, the way you practice this passing game, really why the ball movement is so good, because they pass and move, and usually they'll take a 2 count with the ball. Two count and then get rid of it. That's why it's moving.
Nice move by John Long. On the rack, tipped in by Stepanovich. Another point to add to what Bobby just said on the passing game, you've got to have extremely quick feet. You've got to be able to move those feet to stay up with what you do against the offense when they move that ball around like they do.
Constant motion. Here's Cadillac. And there's the Cadillac right there.
Got an Edsel out of that one.
Watch him go these boards.
Oh, off the
second
screen.
Shot.
Off the screen by Gudmundsson. You got to fight through that screen. 29-24, San Antone under 3 to play here in the first quarter. One thing I've noticed so far here tonight about San Antonio, there's the best post-up player on the Pacers team, Wayman Tisdale with a pair. He had a terrific night in Dallas. This is as quiet as I've ever heard it since I've been coming to San Antonio. I don't know where the baseline bums are. Dawkins comes up short on the back door. Wayman with a rebound. He had 9 boards to go along with 20-plus points the other night in Dallas. He was absolutely terrific. 21 points, 9 rebounds, and he had the best-looking assist of his career.
Boy, John is just so, his rhythm the last couple of ball games that we've done here on the road is just terrific.
He's got 8 points. He's shooting over almost 50% from the floor. That's Walter Berry. 29-28. Spurs try to add one. Look at how high the 6'2 guard goes. He was cleaned on the way up. Out of bounds. It'll come back to San Antonio. Those guys look like they're playing on pogo sticks down there.
Boy, that Dawkins, did you see him get up that time?
I mean, he was in the air.
These 2 guards, this backcourt is a young backcourt. Barry at forward is a young forward, so they're going to be young players when David Robertson joins this ball club.
Kurt Nymphius replaces Gudmundsson. They look a lot alike also. And in for Indiana, Stuart Gray replacing Steve Stepanovich. Dawkins, Clint Wheeler in, replacing Vern Fleming. Knocks the ball away. Attaboy Clint. Good fake. Brings it up the middle of the floor. 3-on-2. Fill the lanes. That's Stuart Gray, and he missed it. He missed it. On a 3-2 goal rush that time. And Indiana with a chance to take the 1-point lead. Anderson walking with the ball. Just another walk in the park. Here's Mike Mitchell. One-time scoring machine.
He was one of the great baseline jump shooters before
he was a scoring machine, was he? Traveling violation, Indiana. Turnovers, Indiana 3, San Antonio 3. Now John Sunvold will replace Johnny Dawkins.
A teammate of Steve Stepanovich's on that Missouri ball club several years back.
6'2", 170. Not great quickness, but he can pass the ball, and he's deadly from the outside. Cadillac Anderson giving the ball over to Mitchell. Played at Auburn. Here's Nymphius, Arizona State. Stuart Gray goes up there. He was up in Oxygen, Mass territory also. Up they come to Long. Pull up, let it go.
Oh, boy, Johnny.
Oh, I love it. John Long's got 10. Indiana down by 1. 31-30 the San Antonio Spurs. Pacers go from here to Houston tomorrow, then Seattle, then Los Angeles, and the Clippers. And the next two games are particularly tough with two teams that are not only good overall, but really good at home. Mike Mitchell. Mitchell out to an open Robertson. Rimming it out. Stuart Gray can't get it. Lost it. Nymphius beats him to it. Back to Mitchell.
Bad break.
Tough break. Mitchell with 4. They lead by 3. A year ago, when the Pacers beat the San Antonio Spurs here by 1 point on the last play of the game on a drive down the middle by Vern Fleming and a goaltending call against Artis Gilmore, Mike Mitchell was the subject of a lot of controversy here as their general manager, Bob Bass, berated him publicly right here in the arena. And Long on the miss gets it back, drives
nice,
to the hook.
John.
Strong power move inside by John Long.
Boy, is he playing well, Eddie.
He really is. He is a 6'5" player that's playing like he's 6'8" tonight. He's got 12. 33-32 score of the ball game. Indiana down by 1. 7 seconds in the quarter. They'll work for one final shot. Robertson fakes right, dribble drive left. Good defense by Wayman. Outstanding defense in the middle of the lane. And the Pacers prevent the Spurs from scoring. And at the end of 1, it's San Antonio 33. The Indiana Pacers 32. All deflected away by Indiana. Free throws, a little bit of a problem. They're 5 for 5. Pacers are 2 for 2. They're already behind, and Bob Weiss calling a set play now. Let's see how they run their passing offense. Leon Wood, Sunvold of the guards. There's Cadillac Anderson, Kurt Nymphius, and Mike Mitchell. That's not an all-star team out there, but look, they do this very well. And the final tip on the miss by Anderson. Block out inside was not there.
That's his game, the board game.
35-32. The San Antonio Spurs. I made a mistake. I said the Pacers won that game here last year by 1. It was 2, 101-99. I got the box score right here. And Stuart Gray backhanding it up. He got the pass. Was a little slow to pull the trigger, however. And here's Sunvold trying to beat the defense down the floor. 35-32 by 3. San Antonio. Inside on the overplay. Chuck is called for the foul on Mike Mitchell.
With this lineup in here, and there's the foul on Chuck as they were trying to go into Mike Mitchell. But with the lineup they have in there, all they're doing is posting up. They're not playing the same type of game that they do when Johnny Dawkins and Alvin Robertson are in the ball game.
Herb Williams comes in for Stuart Gray. Person is relieved by Ron Anderson. They make you make substitutions because of the tempo of the game.
This is Mike Mitchell's shot right here.
And over Anderson.
Great baseline jump shooter.
Well, he got the call right away, and the man that just came in off the bench, and now their lead is 5. There's Reggie Miller. We got to see more offense out of Reggie. Ball was blocked on the way up. Here they come. Nymphius out ahead to Wood. Chased down by Clint Wheeler. On to Anderson. Anderson to Sunvold. And the Pacers get back defensively. Mitchell.
Boy, he's lighting us up.
Yeah, he really is.
You got to play him chest to chest.
He's 8 points worth so far, and Cleveland is leading Detroit in the third. Cleveland is red hot. They've won a couple in a row. They beat Chicago at home last night. And Wayman is fouled as he tries to set up on the box on the left side. This Cleveland club is dead even with the Pacers now. A 500 record. There's Leon Wood. And Nymphius will go out. Brakowski will come back in. A foul on that play goes to Leon Wood, who's been all over the place. Bumped around 3 teams already in his young career. Cal State Fullerton product. Cut loose. Picked up here as a free agent. Wayman on the double and triple team. Back to Wheeler, and he hit it.
Nice going, Clint.
Well, they give you that open shot. They're double and triple teaming the ball. Somebody's open, and you got to hit it, and he did. 39-34. Their big lead was 7. Brakowski Off to Mike Mitchell. He's hot. Pulls up, and a foul call that time on Indiana.
Ron got him on the wrist.
4 minutes to play in the third. Philadelphia by 1 over the Knicks, 66-65. Boston, if this is right, this is a blowout in Boston. 82-55 over Bill Russell in Sacramento. And I'm sure those Boston fans couldn't wait to get a piece of Russell after the not too kind things that he's been saying about the Beantown area. He said you could never get him to go back to Boston. He hates it there, and I guess the Boston fans are ready for him tonight. So are the Celtics, for that matter. 40-34. What about this guy Mitchell? 10 points off the bench. See the new Chevy Cavalier at your Greater Indianapolis Chevrolet dealer. One of the best-selling cars in America. And after you test drive it, you'll know why. Wheeler to Reggie. He's open. Got to shoot it. Does. Misses it. Off balance when he went up with it. There they go. Releasing a man in the break, as we told you. The other guard had to cover. Mitchell on the fake. Blocking foul call on Reggie Miller.
Here it is. Make up your own mind on that one.
Reggie
Jack didn't particularly like that call.
Reggie's going to have to become a little bit more of an actor, and I'm sure he will.
Got Herbie in the air that time, didn't he, Eddie?
Yeah, he put Herbie up there in the second deck. 43-34. Their lead is 9, and they're playing very well. Here's Wayman on the post. Look at 3 men going to him, and he laid it up with the left hand off the glass with a half hook. 3 men are going to Wayman when he puts the ball down in the post-up position. That means somebody's got to be open. They also know that Wayman is not the kind of guy that'll pass it up a lot of times either. Clint Wheeler, attaboy Clint. Wayman with a pass that time, so I eat my words as he gets the assist. 43-38. 4 points now for Clint Wheeler on the drive to the other end. Anderson back to Brakowski, the Sunvolt. Wood, Sunvolt, played by Reggie Miller. He can shoot it from there. Look out. On the cut through, back to Mitchell. He's open again.
Boy, you can't give him that shot.
He's just running by people now, getting easy shots. He's got 12-8 here in the quarter. 45-38. Herb Williams up on top. Clint Wheeler. Left side high. Inside low left Wayman. Foul call, and immediately there it is again. You see how they're doubling and triple teaming? Wayman's got his man. They're dropping the big man in, and they're bringing another man from the weak side.
And even if he throws the ball back outside, in that case, Ron Anderson was wide open. If he does throw it out, we still got to hit that shot.
45-38. Score of the ball game. San Antonio 8:19 to play in the half. Ron Anderson puts it down. Baseline backdoor. There goes Wayman. Fouled on the way through. And for the Spurs, that's team foul 3. And big Peter, P-E-T-U-R, Goodmanson. Boy, he must break the Toledos when he steps on that kid. They got him at 270, but that might be on one leg.
He is big, all the way up and down, from the ankles up. And he's got big feet, too.
Vern Fleming replaces Clint Wheeler. Wheeler did a good job that time on the floor. Greg Anderson goes off the side for them. Goodmanson replaces him. Yeah, he hurts a leg. They're going to need a tree surgeon.
Boy, Tiz is really moving. Wayman's starting to lay the ball on the floor, and he appears like he's going both ways. Here he's just going to come off the block over there, and he's wide open going into the hoop, and he's on the line.
And he's using his right hand. You're right.
He's making good, strong moves to the basket.
You know, I asked Jack about that today at lunch, and he said to me, he says, hey, Wayman is working very hard. We're spending time with him, trying to get him to use the other side more. If you've watched our telecast, you're aware of the fact that we said Wayman is pretty much a one-dimensional player when it comes to using his hand. But he is using that right hand more, and there was a good illustration of it. And when he does that, he's going to become doubly effective. 45-40 now, San Antonio. Baseline, Mitchell got the good jumper away. In and out, tipped in. High went Frank Brakowski. Where is the block out?
We still have to block out.
And that was where the Pacers got killed in Dallas. They had 25 offensive rebounds, 27 on the defensive boards. Nice pass by Reggie. Reggie Miller with a beautiful dish off once he drew the D inside. 47-42. Indiana trails by 5. Brakowski looks to the cutters. On top to Leon Wood. He'll spread that floor inside for you.
Vern Fleming kind of hanging on to Alvin Robertson on the cut. Alvin Robertson cut through the middle, and Vern kind of was trying to hold on to his shirt tail.
Robertson had 12 points in the first quarter, as did John Long. team foul 4. Indiana with 7:25 in the quarter. Down to Brikowski. Good move. Knocked away by Herb Williams. Up to Vern. Vern to Anderson. Try and finish it off now, guys. Herb to Vern. Good pull-up jumper that time. Missing. Rebound. Look at them doing a job. And Indiana fights to get it back. Reggie Miller. The read like Reggie Miller, and Vern Fleming with a pull-up jump shot. And now it's 47-44. Within 3 after trailing by 9. Vern Fleming gets the 2. Fleming with 4. On the baseline, Mitchell pulls up on Anderson.
Ooh,
Tough.
There was your old rainbow there.
That was a bango fadeaway. 49-44. He's got 14 points. There's Vern. Vern to Anderson. Good screen down by Herb. Gave him the shot, and it was in and out. Herb Williams did a nice job of screening down that time to get the open shot. Here's Leon Wood. Look at them pick up the tempo here and force the defense to get back lickety-split. Inside on the post-up. Alvin Robertson on Vern. Got the resistance. Put it up there. Vern fell off the man, and the banker was on the glass. 51-44 now. San Antonio, and Robertson with 14. Here's Herb. Herb to Reggie. Look for the screen. Wayman clears down inside. They isolate. Look at the weak side pass. Threw it away. Up they come on the breakaway. And Vern Fleming beat Leon Wood. Was a little chunky to the ball. Up to Anderson. And he misses again. And who's got it? Herb can't get there. Deflected it away into the hands of Alvin Robertson. Robertson. Wood. Hit a 3. And their lead 10. That's their big lead of the ball game. And time for the WZPL scoreboard hotline. Give us a call for the latest Pacer news. Pacer hotline 231-2000 anytime, day or night. Bench scoring important in this game. San Antonio has had the big edge so far, 21-12. People off the bench. And if you're wondering about the Person-Berry matchup, not much there so far as Berry checks back in the game. Each man has 4 points. Assists. Dawkins and Robertson coming into the game both had over 6 assists a game as an average. So far tonight, Dawkins with 4, Robertson with 5. Vern Fleming, the big man for Indiana, with 5. Some numbers for you to digest before we get to halftime at 5:30 to play here in the second quarter. Miller, Wayman puts it down on Brikowski. Nice move by Wayman on the rack. Who's got it? Big, strong, two-handed rebound by Goodmanson. Well, he's a big old guy. They're going to have a couple nice options when Robinson gets here. It's backup people, Brikowski, Goodmanson. Inside Robertson. There he is. Goodmanson, no block out at all. They lead by 12. Goodmanson looks like he labors running up and down the floor, but he is a big, big man.
And he's done a very nice job, Eddie.
He really is. Here's
Hit
Reggie.
it, Reggie.
That's short.
Reggie
That's
needs to
short.
hit a shot.
That's short. Here they come 3-on-1. Dawkins, Berry, Robertson. 14-point lead. Boy, that's how you finish it off. He's got 4. Johnny Dawkins with 4. Goodmanson, incidentally, with 4. And they are really putting on a clinic so far. Very nice-looking young club. 58-44. Reggie screened down by Wayman. Missed it again. Reggie's shot is not there. And he's being a little bit too hasty on the pull-up. Miss. Follow-up inside. Well, they're just beating the Pacers down the floor, Bob, and they're getting board position at both ends. Well, we want to check on the rebounding. Their offensive rebound totals must be awesome. And Indiana will take yet another timeout, down by 16. Now, don't go away because the Pacers have a way of turning things around. It's 60-44 with 4:11 to play in the half. That's the 26th of January. Game time 8. Good tickets available for all 3 games. Offensive rebounds, the Spurs have 9. Indiana with 8. Not bad, but the Spurs have taken advantage of theirs more than Indiana has. John Long back in the game. He finished the first quarter with 12. The Pacers were down by 1. He comes back for the first time, and now the Pacers are down by 16. Well, he's been sitting on that bench for a long time, Bobby. And now Long will go, let's see, that's the second defensive violation called on San Antonio. So you've got to put Long at the line. Incidentally, we've never discussed this. If a team has no illegal defensive calls in the game, and you get to the final 24 seconds of a quarter, and an illegal defense is called, automatic free throw.
Right.
You don't have to have 2. And Long, a good free throw shooter, misses it. has checked into the ball game. You've got Person, Stepanovic, Tisdale, Long, and Fleming.
And we need, in this next 4 minutes, to cut this daggone lead down so we got a little momentum going into that second half. We can beat this ball club, but we got to go after them.
Indiana with a flat second quarter, only 12 points. Here's Stepanovic. Good drive, dish off, Wayman.
That's what we need.
Well, he made the play happen. Stepanovic is a good passing big man. Very mobile for a big guy. Puts the ball down. Look at the quickness of the guards. And that'll be team foul 5 on Indiana. And that means that the penalty situation is in. Fleming gets it. The Spurs, incidentally, with 4 team fouls.
Here's Johnny Dawkins, the left-hander out of Duke. Boy, is he quick. That's one thing you don't teach, boy.
The quicks.
And it's imperative the good guards in the NBA have the quicks.
He's their best free throw shooter, 89%. Hey, fans, register at the Claypool Court in downtown Indianapolis to win tickets to the Pacers-Celtics March 15th matchup. 75 winners will receive a pair of tickets for the game, plus a grand prize drawing, and the winner will travel to see the Pacers and Celtics in Boston's Garden on February 3rd. Deadline to enter the 21st, no purchase necessary.
John still got it. Came off the bench. That's his first shot.
He's got 14. John Long. He's really been shooting the ball well.
Let's get this baby down to 10 before the half.
The Barry-Person matchup has been a bust so far in terms of points, and Mike Mitchell has replaced Barry, and Person has matched up on Mike. Back to Roberts. Look at all the screen down. They do a lot of screening, back-picking, screen downs. Set the screens perfectly, and they execute, and they've been right there.
But when the man comes off the pick, he gets the ball right when he's open.
That's the way it's supposed to be. Long again. Oh, he is something. I don't know if you can let him set down that long, Slick. Maybe a couple of minutes. 64-50, 14-point lead. And a 20-second timeout for the Spurs, who are in control right now. Have led by as many as 16. Fleming, Long, Wayman, Stepanovic, and Person for Indiana. Hey, here's a little trivia for you. This will give you something to think about. Slick, you know this one. What 3 other former ABA teams became part of the NBA in '76 besides the Indiana Pacers? Think about that one for a while. We've got the Fish with us again tonight. Randy Fishman is wearing out the pens and pencils, and he's giving us a little trivia here.
We could probably add to that.
He blew it, didn't he?
No, we could probably add to that.
Yeah, we
later.
64-50. We'll come back with that answer momentarily.
John's challenging. John is really going out. Look at him battle Robertson.
He's getting good position, too. Goodmanson.
Let's go after these guys. Get it out there, rip it.
There's Chuck Person, averaging a little over 7 rebounds a game. Person brings it up. Pacers have got to go back at him. Stepanovic, no. Wayman over the back, loose ball foul. Bring it to the other end and shoot it clear. Ah, boy. All right, do you have the answer to the trivia question? Take a look at this first.
I don't know. Sometimes I don't see the fouls away, especially Tommy Nunez. I think he's a little too short to see those kind of fouls.
Oh, my goodness. He doesn't enjoy Mickey Mantle's eyes, does he? All right, let me see. The other 3 teams that came into the league. Brakowski, a good free throw shooter also. He's their second best, believe it or not. I believe he's 83%. That's correct. 80%. And he makes them both. The other 3 teams, New Jersey, now the New York Nets, or the New Jersey Nets, Denver, and San Antonio are the 3 teams. They were the New York Nets at the time. Now New Jersey. John Long looks for Stepanovic off the hands of Steepo. They've got it, and they lead it big. 66-50. 2:15.
I used to love to come in here when the Iceman was in his prime, George Brody.
Yeah, he liked to put a little chill on things.
He could shoot the lights out on you, boy.
There was no man, I don't think, at the time that could get a shot anytime he wanted it better.
No, we had to double team him all the time. Look at this guy.
Yep, Alvin Robertson. Back to Wood. He's tough. He's tough. That's his territory. Goodmanson tried to fake it. 24-second violation.
Go on with it.
Just in case. And they're going to give it to him. Earl says they're going to give it to him. Yes, sir. Because they had made the block before the buzzer sounded. 66-52. So Indiana took advantage of that, and they trailed by 14. There's a lot of ball ahead here tonight. Mitchell open, though. That's tough. Boy,
he is the one guy tonight. Now, he came off the bench and hit us with 14. Now they put him back. He's got a hot hand, so they put him back in a ball game to go with the starting lineup, and he's still knocking them down.
They're quick shooters coming off the screens, too, Slick. Long. Not this time. And Herb is boxed out by 2 of the Spurs. They're doing a terrific job of blocking off inside. Robertson, 88-62, or 68-52.
Oh,
I can't read the scoreboard. And Herb Williams has got it. Up to Long. John Long will back it down. We're under a minute to play here in the half. Looks for the screen by Stepanovic. No pick and roll. Steeple with a good move to the hole.
Oh, boy.
And he is knocked to the floor, and he'll go to the line for a couple. And it's big Peter Goodmanson. If they got in the first half of basketball out of this guy.
Hey, I'll tell you one thing. When a guy goes to the basket like that, the referee has no recourse but to put him on a free throw line.
In addition to our other things at halftime, Shermer Wise will have a feature on Dick Harder, the assistant coach of the Indiana Pacers tonight.
Dick does an excellent job.
He really does. Got a good coaching staff here. Jack Ramsey, Dave Twardzik, Mel Daniels. Mel's out trying to break somebody's hand tonight. I don't see him in the
They were talking, the guys were talking about, you ever shake hands with Mel Daniels?
Don't.
They said, does he do that on purpose? I said, no, you know, that's just the way his hands are.
I think he's the only man in the world that could crack a coconut in his hand. 68-54.
Boy, he loved that Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Yeah, he could get down the bottom of that bucket in record time. 68-54, 43 seconds to play here in the half. Eddie Doucette, Slick Leonard, Leon going to Brikowski. Back to Leon, played by Vern. Good footwork by Vern. Back to Goodmanson, and the inside stolen by Chuck. Chance for a shot, maybe another. 30 seconds in the half, and Chuck goes ahead. Chuck has been held pretty well quiet.
Hit 3 on him, Chuck. Hit a 3.
Here's a word that we've received, incidentally.
Get in there.
Tries, and it's good. Johnny Dawkins has sprained his left foot, and he's probably out for the game. Wow, thanks, Wayne. That's a big loss for them because he has got lightning quickness, as we've said.
This is Vern going up the alley, going to the line.
Mike Mitchell on the foul, penalty in on both sides. Lots of other games tonight. Sunbolt is in when Goodmanson goes out. That can't be the replacement.
Well, Brikowski will go into the middle, but they play all their big men high anyway in that passing game. They never know where they're going to be in the guard spot, center spot, forward spot.
That's right. They're all over the world.
They're all over the place.
68-57. Down to 11, but without Dawkins, the Pacers might be able to make some ground up here in the third quarter. He took 2 wings off his heels, and he's out. Wood for 3. Look out, way off. Inside, good as a pass, and Herb blocked the shot. Mitchell gets it away in time, and they score it. Oh, Herb. Oh, Yogi Strom, I don't believe the call.
He might give us a big call in the second half. But we sure
go for the second half. Brikowski. Down inside to Goodmanson. Rebound, Herb Williams. Herb, Chuck, Vern, Stepanovic, and John Long. And deflected by Brikowski. Saved by Long, but he was over the end line. So they'll turn it back over, and we'll start all over again here in the second half.
I think we can look for Chuck Person to give us a little more in this half.
Indiana bench did not get it done. There's Walter Berry, and the ball is going to fall off the arm, but he was fouled. Walter Berry, for some reason or other, he doesn't seem to fit to me on this team. They play such an up-tempo game, but he looks like a lethargic, almost a phlegmatic sort of a player. Maybe that's his demeanor. Although he's a great scoring machine, don't let me take anything away. But everybody else is playing at a different level, and he seems to be at half speed.
Well, the passing game, the type of game they're playing is geared for everybody to be in the axe with the guard running the ball club and doing most of the things, and he's a scorer. He's looking for his shots.
So far, that matchup has been very understated. He has 4, and Person has 4. Vern Fleming, incidentally, with 4 fouls now on that last one. So Vern has got problems. They are out without Dawkins, and Herb laid it up and then laid a layup. Wide open, and he missed it. Here they come. Yet to score either team so far here in the second half. Brikowski, Leon Wood starting in place of Dawkins. Sunbolt will be the guard off the bench here in the second half and trying to shoehorn it inside. Another foul call, and this is on Herb Williams, I believe.
Jack and Dick, you can tell what they did at halftime. They said, hey, let's put a little more defensive pressure, a little more aggressive defense on these guys, and that's what we're doing.
That was Herb's second personal foul. For Indiana, their second team foul. They've yet to commit one. Indiana guards have outscored theirs, believe it or not, by 2, but their front line has outscored Indiana's 43-28. And another miss, and Stefanovic keeps it alive, and it'll go back to Indiana.
Oh, boy.
I think we caught a break there.
That's it, Earl.
I think that maybe Stipo hit that out, but then again, there were a couple of other hands in there, so Indiana gets the break. Bob Weiss.
Oh, we've thrown it away. We need to start off this thing with a basket.
Entry pass wasn't there. 8 turnovers for Indiana. Alvin Robertson, Brakowski. Stefanovic is right there. Good handling of the ball and into Goodmanson. Well, Brakowski's pretty adept at handling that ball, isn't he?
He's a much better, like you said earlier, he's a much better basketball player than a lot of people gave him credit for.
It's 10 turnovers so far for the Spurs. Person. Pick and roll. Stipo didn't react. Throw it away. Turn it over. Number 9. 68-57. Yet to make a dent, either team. Backdoor. There's Brakowski. Stipo right there. Makes him work for it and fouls him on the play. 2-shot foul. Boy, I like that passing game, the way they run it.
Well, they're really running it very, very well. He came off of that weak side back pick again and got open underneath. And I'll tell you, it's a tough thing to play defensively. It's tough to guard a guy when he's always moving.
That's Stepanovic's second personal foul. Brakowski, a good free throw shooter, misses. A register at Marsh Supermarkets in the pick-and-go sweepstakes. Win a trip to Phoenix to see the Pacers, or maybe a trip to Chicago to see the All-Star game, or a trip to the NBA Finals, or possibly win a Pacer merchandise item. No purchase necessary. The pick-and-go sweepstakes at Marsh.
That's the first point scored in the second half.
Almost 2 minutes gone. Person, back door. Come on, Chuck. We got to get some points out of you. They block the shot. Person is down. They come down 4 on.
There it is. Slam-a-rooney.
4-on-3 breakaway. Person is having a rough night here tonight. Brakowski with 16 points. There's John Long. His team trailing it by 13. Herb Williams, and he has the ball taken away and falls down. Up comes Alvin Robertson, leaves it for Walter Berry.
Boy, is that guy good. Is that Robertson good?
Special group ticket plans available for Pacer games. Market Square Arena. To arrange your organization visit to a Pacer game, call the group sales office Monday at 263-2100. Wayman gives Vern a little screen. Chuck Person, still only 4 points. John Long, Steve Stefanovic takes the shot. Goodmanson with the blockout right there, and Stefanovic hit the shot. So the Pacers get their first 2 points of the third period with almost 3 minutes gone. Brakowski, look at them move the ball. Walter Berry, everything at St. John's. Played at a junior college here. And Goodmanson trying to get the ball to Robertson, cutting from the weak side. Stolen by Indiana. John Long misses it. Follow up by Person with 6.
They weren't going to put John on the line on that play. I'm glad we got the basket.
73-61. Indiana trailing it by 12. Leon Wood. His game is deep. Brakowski. Well, I can't believe that this guy is this good. I really can't. He has shown me some tremendous talent over the last couple games that I've seen him. He's got 18 points. Person, John Long, looks for the pick, not there. Up to Chuck, down to Vern. That's the other thing. We've got to get Vern penetrating a little bit more to get him to the line, although that shot looked pretty. He's got 9. 18 the last game, 12 rebounds, 12 assists. Vern in the first half, 7 assists. Nice move by Robertson. John Long plays some good defense, however. At 6'5" against 6'4", and Wayman with a rebound. Long brings it over. Robertson all over. Nice pass to the trailing Stefanovic and knocked out of bounds.
Boy, John is playing well.
Well, he created that play nicely.
This was a great pass. And Stipo was off balance. That's why he got the shot blocked.
First block by Peter Goodmanson, the kid from Iceland. Person, travel with the ball. Travel with the ball. Look out. Technical foul coming.
No T on that.
No, delay a game warning. That's what it was. Delay a game.
Chuck's a little frustrated. He's going to have to start looking for his outside shot to make his drive more effective.
You only get one delay a game. Next one, you go to the line. 75-63. Slick and Eddie here in Santa Ana. Berry block, foul. Stepanovic, or who was it? Pretty good drive right there by Barry.
Here's a drive, and he's a left-hander, and he changed up and went to his right, went down the baseline. Oh, some of those fouls I don't understand.
Hope you enjoyed the feature on Dick Carter, a good man at halftime. Walter Berry at the line, averaging 18-4, about 6 rebounds a game, a little under 2 assists a game, and he averages about 27 minutes a game. Contrasted with Chuck, who's a little over 19, 7.3 rebounds, 4.1 assists, 2.5 turnovers a game, but he plays 36 minutes. 77-53 San Antonio. Burns going with the outside shot tonight. They need him to penetrate. And here they are, Berry on a breakaway. And again, the transition is not there. They're cheating a man on the break every time.
Running him right out of there. Once the shot's taken, he heads down court. They're getting a rebound and throwing out the long pass.
79-53 San Antonio. Violation foul called on the San Antonio Spurs. That's only their first team foul. Indiana with 4.
Here's Wayman in deep. Here's Vern. The pass in. We can probably get Wayman in a little deeper in that, but that's the foul on Bukowski.
Long, trying to go to Wayman. Overplayed by Bukowski. Wayman saves it. Bukowski doing a nice job. Look at the cut and a beautiful pass by Stepanovic to Person and a foul call. Boy, that's Stepanovic. He makes some nice passes, doesn't he?
I'll tell you one thing. When he's gone, we sure miss him. We knew that the other night in Dallas, and he's coming back tonight. He's not at full strength after coming off the flu. But one thing, it's like Davy Craig says about him. He'll never tell you when he's hurt. He'll come out and and he does the best he can.
Chuck makes a 3-pointer out of it. So suddenly Chuck is starting to get with it, and he's got 9. 79-66 by 13. San Antonio. They've led all the way.
Oh, you don't want to give this guy this shot. You don't want to give him that.
He missed it too. Stepanovic falls down. Person ahead of the bounce feed to Wayman. Lays it up. Finger rolls it. No, they've got it. Wayman got a little cutesy there. And back goes Berry, and Long gets back to cover. Ah, boy, John. And then Berry gets it back and puts it up. No. Deflected into the hands of Wayman. Scoop it out ahead to Long. You got a 3-on-2 rush now. Long inside. Put it up. Off the iron. Person fouled. He'll go to the line. Well, at least the Pacers are drawing the foul and going to the line. You get yourself back in the game that way.
Eddie, the one thing I like that San Antonio does so well, they move the ball up the side of the floor very, very well. That's why they get so many fast breaks. And they get so many wide open shots. Now, on that play right there, John didn't really know if he was going to take the jumper or if he was going to hit Chuck.
Person. Want to say hi to some folks back in Indiana. Tom Uminski of the Spurs Stats Crew says hi to friends at the Defense Information School at Fort Harrison. Coupled by Chuck. Tony was a broadcast instructor at the school and lived on the east side. He also works the Spurs beat on a local radio station. He did everything except give us his phone number here for you folks back there. Oh, nice move, Bukowski. Well, I tell you, there's a patient move by a pretty active big guy.
Who does that remind you of?
Reminded me of Stepanovic.
Reminded me of Kevin McHale of Boston with that kind of move, all that footwork and everything.
The points reminds me of McHale, too. 20. And the blockout inside by Goodmanson.
Here comes the flyer.
81-68 by 13.
Look at that pass.
Wide open. How did he find him? He found him deep in the corner. They're going to give him another one. And he's 0 for 3. And it's taken away by Berry. Berry, and he lost the dribble off the foot of Stepanovic.
Hit him now, Vern.
There's the way you make the play as a guard. That's the way you make it. He had the man inside. Look at how they're getting back down the other end, though. It's driving Indiana crazy. 81-70. Here's Goodmanson. Gee,
are they that good?
I can't believe it. I really can't. 83-70.
It's the type of ball game, though. We've got an excellent chance to get back in if we can get it going.
Wayman with a strong rebound. No foul. Tries to get it back. Out of bounds. No. Saved. And here come the Spurs. Look at Robertson's move.
Oh, wasn't that beautiful?
Berry keeps it live on the miss, and Person's got it, and he skips it ahead to Long. Attaboy, Johnny.
That's 2.
Boy, that's a tough play to make. On the run, pull up that deep and hit the shot. That's a real good sign to see. 83-72. And the Spurs can't quite bury the Pacers, who stay right with it. Chuck is starting to forge ahead a little bit here on that Barry matchup. Chuck with 13, Barry with 10, Chuck with 8 rebounds, and Barry with 4. Cadillac Anderson's checked in there. There he is. Boy, that backdoor cut, they run their offense very well. They really do. Now the Pacers have got to be careful how they execute their half-court offense. Be patient, make the extra pass. There's Herb Williams. That's short. They've got it. Here they come. They lead it by 13. 4:11 to play in the third. Leon Wood running the show. Philadelphia, Washington, New Jersey, and now San Antonio. There's that Cadillac Anderson. Well, wouldn't Dick Vitale love to have that kid's hairline? John Long.
Boy, John was determined that time.
So John Long now with... That can't be right. Goodmanson.
Look at Long. Look at Johnny steal that ball.
There he is. And Herb Williams misses the layup. That's the second one tonight. He's missed at close range. 85-74 by 11. San Antonio. Just checking Long's numbers here. Boy, he has a bunch of them. He's got around 20.
Here's the baseline jumper.
Mitchell.
On his back.
Loose ball foul.
It's a game that we can get back in.
Oh, yeah, no question.
A little run of about 2 or 3 hoops here.
That foul was on Anderson. He's got 3. Yeah, we want to make sure we got John Long's numbers right. This Kurt Nymphius. 85-74. Indiana trailing it by 11. Fleming with Wayman, Tisdale. Now they spread the floor. They're going to try and expose that zone defense inside. You see the way they overload one side?
Double on Chuck.
You got to come 2 men to the ball. And they did. The Pacers are trying to expose it. Here's Wayman, blocked by Nymphius and out of bounds. Boy, they're doubling on the baseline. Every time Wayman gets the ball, he's got to look to the open man because someone is free.
This is Wayman on the jumper, and there was Nymphius coming in for the block.
Pacers bring it back in on 5 seconds. Got to get it up. And Wayman has
tip in.
But a foul call before the tip in.
Did you see that tip in?
No, I was screened out by Jack. I didn't see it, and I wasn't looking at the monitor at the time. Remember, Indiana Pacer basketball is brought to you in part by Miller Genuine Draft. It's cold filtered draft beer. And believe me when I tell you, it's as real as it gets.
Get in there, Wayman.
Wayman's normally a good free throw shooter. 83% coming in. First half, Wayman, Tisdale, 10 points. All right, give him a couple. Oh boy. Missed by Mitchell. Tip loose by Herb. Blocking out better inside. Wayman up to Person. 85-75. Indiana's right there. Get it under 10. That's off.
No, that's off.
That's an air special. That missed everything but the floor. And here they come. Look out, a man ahead underneath Anderson. Nope. Sunbolt. Scoop it to Nymphius. Lays it up and in. Chance to get it under 10 right there and couldn't. 2:20 to play here in the third period.
Do something with it, Chuck.
And it's blocked.
John got it.
87-77. Give it to John Long, huh?
Yeah, he's ringing the bell.
22 points for John Long. 87-77, 10-point game. Just under 2 to play in the third. Not in bad shape. Get it under 10 here to end the quarter. Nymphius. See if we can wear these guys down without Dawkins, who's out with a sprained foot. There's Cadillac.
There was a block by Wayman.
Nice block by Wayman. Picked up by John Long. Indiana had 5 blocks in the first half. They had 8 against Dallas the other night. Come on, Chuck. Got to hit it. Get it back, Chuck. There you go. Puts it up. Misses it. Gets it back again. There's your post-up player.
Wayman.
That's the man you want to put it up from close range. 87-79. It's been a close series. Nice move by Mitchell. Not this time, though. Fighting loose. Fleming's got it. Chance to get it to 6 if they can get it down here this time. Herb Williams. Too deep. Too deep. and plenty of time, and he took the shot and forced it. And Person, you play the ball, there's no intentional foul. Let's see what they call. It's going to be on Chuck here, and it'll be a 1-and-1.
This is Leon Wood going to the basket. Chuck just grabbed him, but you know Leon Wood is playing an up-tempo with this in this San Antonio offense.
Bobby Weiss spent a career with about 7 different NBA teams. Not a bad little player, smart player, a little left-handed. Dick Motta always loved his game. Wood with 2, and they lead by 8, 88-80. Now they change it. They had the score wrong here. It's 88-79. They got the score a little fouled up now. Now it's 89-79. Now they straighten it out.
John again.
Wrong again. Got it down to 8. We're under a minute. Well, everything is going wrong here. Look at the scoreboard. 42 seconds to play in the quarter. Nymphius, Leon Wood, played by Vern Fleming. Person is overplaying Mike Mitchell inside left. There's Brukowski to Nymphius, played by Herb Williams. On the cut, Leon Wood laid it up. Geez, you could see it coming, and they still couldn't stop it.
Oh, they're running their offense beautifully, Eddie.
They really are. I mean, clinic-type work here. Oh, the Pacers will work for one final shot here in the quarter to see if again they can get it under 10 points. Celtics killed Sacramento and Russell tonight, 122-86. Philadelphia leading 93-79 over the Knicks with 4 minutes to play, or 8 minutes to play in the fourth. Long again. Oh boy, is he hot. 24 points for John Long. 91-83, and that's the way it'll end. And the Pacers have had to come from 17 back. Get unraveled here at the end of the third period, because all of a sudden everything was coming apart. All the equipment was coming apart here, and as was the case, the scoreboard clock and the shot clock were not synchronized properly. They were missing the score. They didn't have the proper score. They had the Pacers down to 6 points at one time. Then they blew it back to 12, and then they eventually cut it to 10, and now it's at 8. But what happened at the very end of the third quarter was that there was 5 seconds remaining, and they blew the clock dead to end the third quarter prematurely. And what happened was they gave the Spurs an extra 5 seconds while we were away there, and they tried to run a play, and that was the shot, and it was for naught. So nothing happened other than the fact that they better get a man with a screwdriver and a pair of pliers on that clock, or whatever they got to do, or call the man from Boulevard and get him in here, as the clock has really got people looking in 15 different directions right now. And as we go to the fourth period, it'll remain the same, 91-83 Indiana. And now they take the regular break between the third and the fourth quarter. And that'll give us an opportunity to clears. And the Pacers are watching, believe me, because they're really in a dogfight. Philadelphia 119, New York 104. Those are final scores. And Boston 122, Sacramento 86. Other scores not available right now. The Clippers are at Golden State, and Utah is at Seattle. 2 points for John Long. 91-85. Pacers down to a 6-point game. That's as close as they've been in a traveling violation on Walter Berry, and he is very embarrassed right now.
Here it is to Mike Mitchell, and you can see him. He's going to do a little shuffle there.
Oh, it was Mitchell, excuse me. I said Barry, pardon me, he's not in the game. That'll be all right. Maybe I'm as screwed up as the clock here. It's now Herb gets it down to a 4-point game. Hey, this is some comeback. (91-87). There's Mitchell. That's tough to stop.
He just hangs around down on that baseline because, boy, he is a shooter from there.
Their bench has just annihilated the Pacers tonight, 31-17. Herbie goes back door and then dishes it off. And John Long from deep territory. And Stepanovic over the back, but Nymphius had the rebound. Boy, they had it to 4. Sunvold from the corner inside. It's Robertson in the crowd. Back to Nymphius. No 3 seconds? No. 95-87, and they're back to an 8-point lead. It was 4. The Pacers have done a beautiful job of whittling it down from a 16-point lead, not 17. Herb Williams forces the shot. Nobody underneath except our man, and that's Vern Fleming. And Vern did a great job of getting inside. They're 2 men. 95-89. Up they come. Sunvolt giving it to Robertson. Played by John Long. Herb banging on the man in the middle. That's Brakowski. And they're all over him.
That's got to be a jump ball. It's got to be a jump ball, Eddie.
And there's Earl Strom making a big call. And now Reggie Miller is coming in the game. Watch this last play.
Watch where this ball ends up. It gets stuck between Stipo's knees.
10 minutes to play. Indiana gets the tip. And with John Long coming out of there, Reggie Miller coming in, and the Pacers down by 6. This is a big trip down the floor for Indiana and Reggie Miller. They've got to get him in the offense. He can be a big help. They spread it out. Byrne has not penetrated at all tonight.
Hit one, Herbie.
Not this time. Oh, and there's your blockout. And it's Alvin Robertson back to Nymphius. He traveled and no call. And then lost the ball and deflected by Indiana. It should have been a travel there. They're not going to get that break.
He only ran about 6 feet here.
Well, look at him there. I mean, Ray Bolger never danced that well, did he? 95-89. Donald O'Connor would have been proud of him. Goodmanson screen down weak side. There's Berry. Berry wants the shot, and that's going to be it. Look at the left-handed.
Looks like he throws it up there.
Yeah, he's got a funky-looking shot. Looks like a shot putter. 97-89. Again, an 8-point lead. We're in the fourth with 9:10. Person. And a foul called on Walter Berry. And Clint Wheeler will replace Vern Fleming.
This is just a case of Chuck getting Berry one-on-one out on the floor and beating him on the drive.
Vern Fleming gets a breather with Clint Wheeler in the game. Let's see what Clint can do. Chuck for 3. Not this time. Gets his own missed shot. Inside pass. He had Reggie. And Reggie in a crowd manages to put a string or a handle on the ball. Up to the back door, cutting Miller. Stepanovic. Show, no tell. Over the top. Person with 13 seconds. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Release on the play, Steve, on the pick and roll. Not this time. Wheeler almost a double dribble. Herb forces the shot. In and out of it.
Got it in there.
Boy, the hoop almost said, get out of here. And Herb with 12. That's a big contribution right there. 97-91. Leon Wood scares me to death outside that home run line.
I was just going to say that, Eddie.
Berry inside Robertson. Pretty good ball game.
3 seconds.
3 seconds in the paint. You know, there are no rooms for rent down there. You got to get in, you got to see the bunk, and you got to get out of there. You're not going to lay down now. That's the deal.
Leon Wood hasn't shot well from the 3 line the last 4 or 5 shots, and it does scare you because he may get open right at a critical time and hit a 3 on you because that's his range.
I'm not sure what that was all about, but a little high-level meeting down there at the free throw line at the other end. Now Wheeler will walk the ball over. It's 97-91. Indiana trailing by 6. On the cut, Reggie. There's Stepanovic. Pull up, hit one, Steve, and he does. It's a 4-point ball game. 4-point ball game. They miss Johnny Dawkins because he complements Robertson so well with the speed that really put a lot of pressure on your defense.
Very true.
Leon Wood. On top, Alvin Robertson. Reggie can't get over the screen, and Robertson hits it.
He didn't plan on banking that one in.
No, but Reggie just couldn't get through that big wall, and Robertson's got 20. John Long has been terrific for Indiana. Herbie
from outside.
Herb Williams. And Herb makes it 99-95. What do we have here? We've got Wheeler, we've got Williams, Tisdale, Miller, and Stepanovic. For them, they've got Goodmanson, the 7'2" 18-wheeler, Brakowski, Leon Wood, Alvin Robertson. There he is.
Goes.
Watch the quicks. There's your quicks. Boy, he was hammered on the way in. Well, that takes courage to take it into that big land of the Giants. I mean, you're down in there amongst all those California redwoods, baby.
Boy, is he quick. He's got good body control here. Everybody came at him. He's on the line.
Stepanovic is foul. Stipo now with 4. And it's 195 with 7:26 to play in the game. And he makes them both.
If we can get it down under 4, maybe they start stuttering, stammering, and standing around a little bit.
101-95 is the score. 7:17 to play in the game. And a foul called on San Antonio's Walter Berry. And for them, that'll be team foul 3. For Walter Berry, only 2. Indiana will inbound the ball.
Barry can't play Wayman on the post-up.
There's Reggie. Reggie has been cold. Herb back to Wheeler. Nice pass to Wayman inside. Blocked, gets it back, tries it again on the rack there, right there. They had time too. Well, when Robertson gets ahead and cheats, he's another one that'll scare the life out of you. And Chuck Person will come back in the game.
We need a defensive play here.
John Long has been out of the game now over 3 minutes. And a good forward by Herb Williams. Get unraveled here at the end of the third period, because all of a sudden everything was coming apart. All the equipment was coming apart here, and as was the case, the scoreboard clock and the shot clock were not synchronized properly. They were missing the score. They didn't have the proper score. They had the Pacers down to 6 points at one time. Then they blew it back to 12, and then they eventually cut it to 10, and now it's at 8. But what happened at the very end of the third quarter was that there was 5 seconds remaining, and they blew the clock dead to end the third quarter prematurely. And what happened was they gave the Spurs an extra 5 seconds while we were away there, and they tried to run a play, and that was the shot, and it was for naught. So nothing happened other than the fact that they better get a man with a screwdriver and a pair of pliers on that clock, or whatever they got to do, or call the man from Boulevard and get him in here. As the clock has really got people looking in 15 different directions right now. And as we go to the fourth period, it'll remain the same, 91-83 Indiana. And now they take the regular break between the third and the fourth quarter. And that'll give us an opportunity to clears. And the Pacers are watching, believe me, because they're really in a dogfight. Philadelphia 119, New York 104. Those are final scores. And Boston 122, Sacramento 86. Other scores not available right now. The Clippers are at Golden State. And Utah is at Seattle. 2 points for John Long. 91-85. Pacers down to a 6-point game. That's as close as they've been, in a traveling violation on Walter Berry. And he is very embarrassed right now.
Here it is to Mike Mitchell, and you can see him. He's going to do a little shuffle there.
Oh, it was Mitchell. Excuse me. I said Berry. Pardon me. He's not in the game. That'll be all right. Maybe I'm as screwed up as the clock here. It's now Herb gets it down to a 4-point game. Hey, this is some comeback. (91-87). There's Mitchell. That's tough to stop.
He just hangs around down on that baseline because, boy, he is a shooter from there.
Their bench has just annihilated the Pacers tonight, 31-17. Herbie goes back door and then dishes it off. And John Long from deep territory. And Stepanovic over the back, but Nymphius had the rebound. Boy, they had it to 4. Sunvold from the corner inside. It's Robertson in the crowd. Back to Nymphius. No 3 seconds? No. 95-87, and they're back to an 8-point lead. It was 4. The Pacers have done a beautiful job of whittling it down from a 16-point lead, not 17. Herb Williams forces the shot. Nobody underneath except our man, and that's Vern Fleming. And Vern did a great job of getting inside. They're 2 men inside. 95-89. Up they come. Sunvold giving it to Robertson. Played by John Long. Herb banging on the man in the middle. That's Brakowski. And they're all over him.
That's got to be a jump ball. It's got to be a jump ball, Eddie.
And there's Earl Strom making a big call. And now Reggie Miller is coming in the game. Watch this last play.
Watch where this ball ends up. It gets stuck between Steepo's knees.
10 minutes to play. Indiana gets the tip. And with John Long coming out of there, Reggie Miller coming in, and the Pacers down by 6. This is a big trip down the floor for Indiana and Reggie Miller. They've got to get him in the offense. He can be a big help. They spread it out. Vern has not penetrated at all tonight.
Hit one, Herbie.
Not this time. Oh, and there's your blockout. And it's Alvin Robertson back to Nymphius. He traveled and no call. And then lost the ball and deflected by Indiana. It should have been a travel there. They're not going to get that break.
He only ran about 6 feet here.
Yeah, look at him there. I mean, Ray Bolger never danced that well, did he? 95-89. Donald O'Connor would have been proud of him. Goodmanson screen down weak side. There's Berry. Berry wants the shot, and that's going to be it. Look at the left-handed.
Looks like he throws it up there.
Yeah, he's got a funky-looking shot. Looks like a shot putter. 97-89. Again, an 8-point lead. We're in the fourth with 9:10. Person. And a foul called on Walter Berry. And Clint Wheeler will replace Vern Fleming.
This is just a case of Chuck getting Berry one-on-one out on the floor and beating him on the drive.
Vern Fleming gets a breather with Clint Wheeler in the game. Let's see what Clint can do. Chuck for three. Not this time. Gets his own missed shot. Inside pass. He had Reggie. And Reggie in a crowd manages to put a string or a handle on the ball. Up to the back door, cutting Miller, Stepanovic. Show, no tell. Over the top. Person with 13 seconds. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Release on the play, Steve, on the pick and roll. Not this time. Wheeler almost a double dribble. Herb forces the shot. In and out of
it. Got it in there.
Boy, the hoop almost said, get out of here. And Herb with 12. That's a big contribution right there. 97-91. Leon Wood scares me to death outside that home run line.
I was just going to say that, Eddie.
Berry inside Robertson. Pretty good ball game.
3 seconds.
3 seconds in the paint. You know, there are no rooms for rent down there. You got to get in, you got to see the bunk, and you got to get out of there. You're not going to lay down now. That's the deal.
Leon Wood hasn't shot well from the 3 line the last 4 or 5 shots, and it does scare you because he may get open right at a critical time and hit a 3 on you because that's his range.
I'm not sure what that was all about, but a little high-level meeting down there at the free throw line at the other end. Now Wheeler will walk the ball over. It's 97-91. Indiana trailing by 6. On the cut, Reggie. There's Stepanovic. Pull up, hit one, Steve, and he does. That's a 4-point ball game. 4-point ball game. They miss Johnny Dawkins because he complements Robertson so well with the speed that really put a lot of pressure on your defense.
Very true.
Leon Wood. On top, Alvin Robertson. Reggie can't get over the screen, and Robertson hits it.
He didn't plan on banking that one in.
No, but Reggie just couldn't get through that big wall, and Robertson's got 20. John Long has been terrific for Indiana. Herbie
from outside.
Herb Williams. And Herb makes it 99-95. What do we have here? We've got Wheeler, we've got Williams, Tisdale, Miller, and Stepanovic. For them, they've got Goodmanson, the 7'2" 18-wheeler, Brakowski, Leon Wood, Alvin Robertson. There he is.
Goes.
Watch the quicks. There's your quicks. Boy, he was hammered on the way in. Well, that takes courage to take it into that big land of the Giants. I mean, you're down in there amongst all those California redwoods, baby.
Boy, is he quick. He's got good body control here. Everybody came at him. He's on the line.
Stepanovic is foul. Stipo now with 4. And it's 195 with 7:26 to play in the game. And he makes them both.
If we can get it down under 4, maybe they start stuttering, stammering, and standing around a little bit.
101-95 is the score. 7:17 to play in the game. And a foul called on San Antonio's Walter Berry. And for them, that'll be team foul 3. For Walter Berry, only 2. Indiana will inbound the ball.
Berry can't play Wayman on the post-up.
There's Reggie. Reggie has been cold. Herb back to Wheeler. Nice pass to Wayman inside. Blocked, gets it back, tries it again on the rack there, right there. They had time too. Well, when Robertson gets ahead and cheats, he's another one that'll scare the life out of you. And Chuck Person will come back in the game.
We need a defensive play here.
John Long has been out of the game now over 3 minutes. And a good board by Herb Williams. Well, Herbie's got himself 4 rebounds in the ball game. Person will be coming in momentarily. I think the Pacers are going to try and get a timeout in a moment, though. And Herb Williams,
nice shot.
Boy, Herb Williams has suddenly come alive, and he's got 16. And it's 101-97. After struggling most of the first 3 quarters, the Pacers just chipped away, and chipped away. And what was the word we used at the top of the show? Patiently execute. And they're doing more of that now. Time for the Seagram's Cooler Scoreboard, the official wine basketball camps. They offer an intensive program for boys and girls. Get that camp brochure. Call the Pacer office on Monday, 263-2100. Fouls, Stepanovic and Fleming with 4. Keep that in mind.
Let's get this lead down under 4.
101-97. Backdoor, look at the execution. Robertson block shot, Stepanovic and Berry laid it in. They're all over those boards. Boy, they're doing a good job inside. Now their lead is 6. Clint Wheeler, Steve Stepanovic, Reggie Miller. Person on Berry. Light him up, Chuck. They double down on him. You got a weak side man, Stepanovic cutting the lane. There he is. He comes through to help. That's good.
Great shot,
Steve. Come on, Steve, get up. Get up now. You got a man down the floor. 103-99 is the score of the ball game. Indiana down by 4 with 5:40 to play in the game. They have no one in foul trouble. None. A couple men with 3, but where we are right now makes no difference. Vern is going to get set to come back in. Here's your drive by Robertson. He gets it back in the lane. Blocked by Stepanovic.
Oh, Tommy Nunez was blocked out on that play. How could he have seen a foul?
Clint Wheeler comes out. Vern Fleming comes in. That is team foul 2 for Indiana.
Look where the call comes from here. Back here on the baseline. That's Alvin Robertson going up.
That's a tough call to make. Alvin Robertson in and out. Oh, boy. Oh, 77% free throw shooter. Alvin Robertson. Alvin so far with 22 points in the game. Make it 23. And now it's a 5-point game with 5 minutes and 25 seconds to go.
If we can score here, we'll have that lead down to its lowest point since the start of the ball game.
John Long still not. Chuck. That's good. Chuck Person to 3. 104-101. 3-point game now. Indiana to within 3. 5:08. Remember, this is a team that averages about 119 plus. Oh, nice move by Goodmanson. But Indiana's got it. And a loose ball foul called on Walter Berry. Walter Berry with a loose ball foul. And that's number 3 on Walter Berry, who came to this club last year from Portland that drafted him number 1, and he got off to a bad start there for a big kid named Kevin Duckworth. And out goes Nymphius, and in comes Brakowski. John Long replaces Reggie Miller. Well, John went out when the score was 95-89 with 10 minutes to play in the game. He got a 5-minute break, and it's down to 3. So good minutes for John Long on the bench, and now he's in the rest of the way, I'm sure. There's Person for 3.
Again, Chuck.
Tiger,
baby.
No, they gave him 2.
Boom, baby. No.
No, they gave him 3. Gave him 2. That's all they gave him. And now it's a 1-point game. I thought they were going to give him 3. No. 104-103. Leon Wood, Goodmanson, Berry is staggering off the ball on the other side.
1-on-1.
Here's Robertson. Give him some help. No, not this time, and Vern Fleming has got it. Indiana can take a lead at 104-103. Vern, he got a little bother pressure there from Brakowski. Now they have to carefully execute the half court. Person for 3. Hey, I thought he had it. Stepanovic with a tip, and there'll be a loose ball foul called on Steve Stepanovic.
We're on the bonus yet. There's Chuck. Well, it wasn't. That would only have been a 2-pointer too. He had his foot on the line. There's Stepanovic on the follow.
Yeah, that's tough because that's number 5. And they'll go at him now. With 4:17 to play, Bob Weiss is going to call time. He's going to tell his team to Indiana 3 and a 20. San Antonio 2 and a 20. All right. Here they come with Leon Wood, Goodmanson, Robertson, back picking in the lane.
Oh, Stipo stole it.
With 5 fouls, he's got to be careful. And a big turnover right there. A big turnover for San Antonio right there. That's number 16. Vern Fleming. Wayman. They cross inside on the baseline. They're starting Chuck out high on Berry. Wayman on the crossover. Good move by Wayman.
Oh, he got it.
Indiana takes a 1-point lead.
Lay that ball on the floor, Wayman.
Give him a boom, baby slick. Give him one.
I'm waiting on. That's the one that turns the ball game around.
3:38 to play in the game. 104 for San Antonio. And a foul called on Long. And that'll put the Pacers at 14 fouls. So still not over the limit. Bob Weiss's team now. We'll see John Long pick up his 2nd personal foul.
Take it out, Frank.
That's 2 on John Long. That's 4 on Indiana. The Spurs have 4.
And this is when you have to play your best.
Leon Wood, Walter Berry, Goodmanson, Rakowski away from the ball. They want to clear out and let Berry work. Trying to set up Wood possibly. Spread the floor. Here's Robertson. Shot clock is at 12. Alvin Robertson trying to shoehorn.
Oh, we stole it again.
And the inside defense is starting to take over.
Stipo's playing great inside.
105 to 104 with 3:13 to play in the game. Stepanovic again cautiously playing because he's got 5 fouls. Long, Fleming, Person. Look at the way Indiana's spreading the floor to create better angles inside. Byrne.
Oh, he nailed it.
Byrne, Fleming makes it 107 to 104.
Now play the defense.
Now you get down there and tighten it up. Rakowski. On the cut, Robertson. There he is.
Oh, he cut in there wide open.
Boy, you got to tighten up on him inside like that. You can't give him the open shot. He's got 25.
Long got picked off on that play.
Well, somebody's got to come over and help them.
That's right.
107, 106. Nope.
Ooh.
Stepanovic dangerously close to a loose ball foul on number 6. Robertson with Wood outside. There he is.
Here it is.
Oh, that's a license to steal. He's 0 for 4 from three-point territory.
Let's get it down there and get an easy one.
He is 0 for 4 from three-point land, and coming into the game, Leon Wood was by far their best three-point shooter, and the Pacers are going to take a 20. To give you an idea, Wood was 40% on 29 of 72 from the three-point territory coming into the game. Now we got a 20-second timeout. And on Sunday, January 24th, the Pacers host the Phoenix Suns for a special Pacer Family Day. Game time is at 1. Adults buying a full-price ticket can bring up to 4 children to the game for $1 each. Plus, you'll see gymnast Kurt Thomas performing in a post-game performance. I guess that says it, doesn't it? Performing in a post-game performance. That's a little redundant, but hey, Taco Bell invites you to say hello to the great taste of Mexican fast food at your neighborhood Taco Bell. So we'll be thinking about you, Taco Bell, when we're down at La Margarita.
La Margarita. Be careful with the basketball around Alvin Robertson at this point in the game.
Points in the fourth quarter. Indiana outscoring them 24-15. Timeouts become important now. Here's Byrne with the ball. 9 seconds on the shot clock. A 1-point lead.
Beat him, Chuck.
And they've got it. Chuck had 7 when he released the shot. Under 2 to play. Down by 1. San Antonio with the ball.
A lot of time. A lot of time.
He wants the clear out. Not this time. And Stepanovic, there's got to be a foul. Oh, you got to be kidding me.
Rakowski's all over his back.
Rakowski fouled him and no call, and Jack Ramsey knows it, and Tommy Nunez says no.
Get him off his back.
And again, Bob Weiss takes the timeout.
Jesus Christ.
107 to 106 with 1:44 to play in the game. And we will take this timeout on the Seagram School of Scoreboard. 107 to 106. Indiana by 1. They have it in a set play. Alvin Robertson on John Long. Stepanovic with 5 fouls. Wood is 0 for 4 from three-point territory.
Oh,
nice
big
move by Leon Wood.
Big basket.
108 to 107 San Antonio. They have scored 4 straight.
We need one here.
Patient.
Got Wayman in tight.
Forced it. They've got it.
There's still an eternity of time. 1 minute and 15 seconds.
Rakowski. There's your clear out. Look out, back door. Overlaid, missed. Person's got. Boy, they're clearing out a side for that guy every time down. Both he and Berry. They've got Wood, Berry, Memphis, Rakowski, and Robertson in there for San Antonio. John Long. Bingo!
He
What
nailed
a
it
shot
again.
by Long with 44 seconds to play in the game.
We're going to get the last shot.
109 to 108. And San Antonio will take their last full timeout right here. Now, wait a minute. They're saying a 20-second timeout. Bob Weiss just changed it. He said, we'll take a 20. They just said 20. And the officials have got to ask the coaches what they want, a regular or a 20. And Earl Strom has just gone over to confirm with Bob Weiss, what do you want? And a lot of the reasoning for that is with all of the emotions of what goes on in the last 2 minutes of a game, there's so many things going on that the officials go over and say, hey, do you want the 20 if you've got it? Or do you want the 60 or the regular timeout if you have it? And that's what Earl did, and they took it, a 20-second timeout. Upcoming games for the Indiana Pacers. Back home against New Jersey on the 22nd at 8. Then Phoenix comes in with a Pacer Family Day. It's the 24th at 1. And then Michael Jordan, the Bulls on the 26th, game time 8, and good tickets available for all games. From here, it's Houston, tough game tomorrow night, and then Seattle, and then the Clippers before they come home.
They're going to go to the guards. They're going to go to the guards cutting, and they brought in Mike Mitchell in case they get tied up to give him that baseline jumper.
Here's Robertson. On long.
Here it is.
Back to Wood. Look out. Back to Robertson. Look at the ball movement. Outstanding defense by Indiana right now. Mitchell in the lane. Knocked away by Indiana. Mitchell picks it up. High off the glass. Tipped
Get it out of there,
Steve Stepanovich with 20 seconds. Can they hang on to the ball? And they're going to foul, and Vern Fleming will go to the other end. The penalty will be in. And here are a couple of big free throws, unless the ball was knocked out of bounds. Let's wait and see. So immediately, Reggie Miller's going to come in the game here to get an extra long-range shooter in case they need him. All right, what do we have? No, there was no foul. Indiana's going to have to inbound the ball. 15 seconds on the game clock. They got to give it along.
There's a foul.
Up the sidelines, and they foul John Long, and that's the man you want to foul.
Come on, Johnny boy, stick these two.
Well, what a comeback this has been. It's the Pacers in Chicago on Tuesday the 26th in Market Square. Every fan attending the game receives an autographed Pacer pennant from the Pacers and GTE. Game time at 8. And Michael Jordan and the boys are going to be there, and there are tickets available. Hey, what a game this has been.
Come on, John.
What a comeback. And their best three-point shooters to keep in mind are in the game.
Had a baby.
Leon Wood is in the game. Alvin Robertson is in the game. They've got their best three-point shooters in there right now. Robertson 26%. Dawkins is not in there because he's hurt.
Got them both.
And Johnny made both of them with 14 seconds to play. Here they come.
Play Leon Wood.
111 to 108. Up and down with the ball. And what's the call, Earls? Traveling violation.
That's the baby. That's the one we were waiting on, Earl. That's the call we were waiting on.
What a turnover right there. And for the Spurs now, that's turnover number 17. Stepanovich with the ball, gets it to Person. Shot clock starts to roll when it touches the hands of a player on the floor. One other thing to remember, you get 5 to get it in. The clock does not start till it touches the hands of a player on the floor. And after every made basket in the last 2 minutes of the fourth quarter or an overtime period, the clock stops after the made basket.
Now 8 seconds. 8 seconds is still a lot of time. We need these free throws. We got to get out of this three-point range. 3-point lead right now. We need at least one of these.
No question that the absence of Johnny Dawkins has had its effect on what San Antonio has not been able to do here in the second half. But the Pacers had to crawl from 16 down. And boy, have they shown some mettle here tonight. He makes one, misses one. 6 seconds, the clock will roll. Now it's down to 7 seconds is what they say. 7 seconds, the Spurs call timeout. Pacers lead by 4, 112 to 108, and we will return. And what a job they did defensively in the fourth quarter. And how about Stepanovich playing with 5 fouls and hanging in there? Oh boy. This is a big win for Jack because you know what you have? You've got Houston ahead tomorrow night. They are 7 in their last 10 games. They've won 7 times. Seattle has won 7 of their last 10 games. And going on top of that, the Houston ball club is very, very difficult to beat at home. And they'll have them tomorrow night. So the return of Stepanovich and the good inside defense of the Indiana Pacers, most effective here tonight. And a new season high for John Long, who ended up with 32 points. Now, when you go on top of what he did the other night in Dallas with 26, you don't think he's on fire?
Hey, he's had 2 great ones back-to-back. Chuck came on in the second half and played a great second half. You can talk about John Long. You can talk about Chuck. You can talk about all the guys because everybody had a piece of the action. Stipo came off the injured list, had the flu, and came in here, and he made some critical steals late in the ball game.
And did not commit the big foul, which is what they were trying to get him to do. Chuck Person, you mentioned him. He ends with 18. He had 14 second half points and a lot of big ones here in the fourth quarter. So the Indiana Pacers outscoring the San Antonio Spurs 29-17 in the fourth quarter at home. against a team that plays very well here and come from behind win by a final score of 112-108. We'll be back with a guest and more when we return to San Antonio. Name of the game is to beat your man, right?
That's right. You can get a step on them, you can put a lot of pressure on them.
So you're doing a particularly good job of this recently, John, where you're being able to pull up, gather yourself, square up, get under control, and the shot and everything nothing is forced. Everything is a real nice synchronization.
Well, it makes it much easier with Jack's system as far as us being patient, coming off. We either have the option of going inside or running a two-man play where I can hit steeple or get all the way to the basket, and it's been working very well for us the last couple games.
You know, Jack paid you the ultimate compliment today. He said he thought you were playing the best basketball of your career. Do you believe it?
Well, I know I came in this year in really good shape, and I just wanted to be, like I said earlier, in training camp, I wanted to be consistent, and I wanted to play hard, and I wanted to do whatever I could to help this ball club win, and so far it's been paid off.
You know, you're incredible lately. I'm going to give you these numbers. I don't want it to go to your head here, but you were 12 for 14 from the floor tonight. You were 11 for 15 the other night. At one point, you were 11 for 13. That's almost perfect.
Well, I tell you, you have to be patient in order to shoot like that the whole game when you're playing 34, 32 minutes, and that comes with discipline and running your offense second half and gain some ground the third quarter and then make it close to fourth quarter and try to steal it, and we did that. It worked out great for us.
There's no question in the absence of a Johnny Dawkins, they lost a dimension to their speed game. Leon Wood, not trying to take anything away from him, he missed 4 3-pointers tonight. Normally he's on that game. Well, with Dawkins in there in the first half, not only were you worrying about executing offensively, but you were really concerned about your transition game, trying to beat them back.
Well, I tell you, he was really pushing the ball up our backs, and he caught Vern and myself in the backcourt trying to guard him and Elvin Robertson and the rest of the big guys coming down, and they were just kicking the ball. We made them make an extra pass. The shots come to you. Every good shooter has a tendency where they go through a little slump. Sticking with it and keep shooting. And
to go ahead and win. This is the third three-point shootout competition this year. This is last year's, and it was Detlef Schrempf and Larry Bird in the finals.
Well, the key was the call.